Oh, you didn't do it?
I was like the last 2 days. So my final was the 9th, and then the 4x4 was the 10th. So
everything was done. Oh my gosh.
Dude, it was
also
48
did not
hours
do
of
that.
straight.
You didn't do it either?
Because of COVID.
Oh, that's
Bro,
true.
I got mad beef with Noah Lyles, boy.
Oh my God. I think Noah gave Hunter COVID.
I for sure got
Probably.
COVID from Noah.
In the world of track and field, success often follows a traditional path. But for Hunter Woodhall and his wife Tara Davis-Woodhall, their journey to the top required breaking down barriers and creating their own opportunities. Hunter Woodhall and his partner recently announced something that shocked everyone during an appearance on the Beyond the Records podcast with Noah Lyles, Rai Benjamin, and Grant Holloway. What is everyone talking about? Let's take a closer look. Their story began in 2017 when they were college athletes, each pursuing their dreams in track and field. But unlike many of their peers, they faced unique challenges that forced them to think differently about their approach to the sport. We were fighting to even be let into the sport, Hunter revealed, describing their early struggles to gain acceptance in traditional track and field circles.
Meet. Like we said, I swear to God, we said we will pay our way to the meet. You don't got to pay for our travel. You don't got to pay for our hotel. We will get there. Just let us compete. And they said, no, bro.
That's kind of good.
And we were like fighting to like even be let into the sport.
And you guys do or don't have a track and field agent?
Well, this is all because we didn't have
because we gone the opposite.
One particularly telling incident occurred during Tara's first year out of college. Despite her evident talent, Diamond League meets refused to let her compete. The situation highlighted the rigid gatekeeping within the sport. This rejection would prove to be a turning point in their approach to building their careers.
Opposite way. We had we turned our back. We still don't. We had turned our back and
because I didn't have a medal, because I didn't have international accolades. But yet, look at my social media. If I come to your track meet, you're going to get more views than you'll ever get.
Rather than let these setbacks defeat them, the couple chose to forge their own path. They recognized early on that their events, women's long jump and Paralympic sprinting, weren't typically money-making disciplines in track and field. This realization led them to explore alternative ways to build their careers and create opportunities. Social media became their platform for change, though this decision wasn't initially embraced by their peers.
And we're through 200 meters in the low 22s. 22 to 23 seconds for the 200-meter split. We're to the top of the stretch, so we got it coming up on exactly 100 meters to go. And our runner from Arkansas, running Woodhall, running outstanding in 47.66. Let's get the official time, Woodhall.
Hunter said, back in 2017, I was telling my teammates that social media could be big, that this is where we could all make good money. All of them were like, you're crazy, you make good money by running fast, and that's it. But the couple persisted, creating thousands of videos and sharing their journey, even as others questioned their approach and their relationship's authenticity. Their dedication to both athletic excellence and building their brand paid off in unprecedented ways. By 2024, they had amassed over 7 million followers across their social media platforms. More importantly, this success gave them the financial stability to focus entirely on their athletic goals. We built that up and got to a point where we were financially comfortable. We could take care of ourselves, Hunter shared. Then it was like, all right, what do we want to do with our lives? The answer was clear. They wanted to excel in their sport. With the financial pressure lifted through their social media success, they could dedicate themselves fully to training. The results spoke for themselves. In 2024, Tara went undefeated throughout the season, culminating in an Olympic gold medal in Paris with a spectacular jump of 7.10 meters.
Closer to this woman.
Davis-Woodhall, the born entertainer. Look at that, miles over the marks that have already been set here today. And there goes Davis-Woodhall, the silver medalist from outdoors, upgrades it to gold. And you can see it does mean a lot to her.
Let's see what Travis Miller tweeted. Hunter Woodhall and Tara Davis-Woodhall on the viral celebration moment at the Olympics. Hunter dominated the Paralympics, securing gold in the men's 400 meters T62 and adding a bronze in the mixed 4x100-meter relay. Their success has allowed them to challenge traditional norms within track and field. The couple's partnership with Lululemon marked another breakthrough, bringing a non-traditional sponsor into the sport. Tara said, "I'm not a traditional person. We're not traditional at all, so we always wanted to go a different route. This mindset has helped them create opportunities not just for themselves, but potentially for future athletes." The Woodhall's vision extends beyond their personal success. They see fundamental issues in how track and field presents itself to the world. Hunter said, "The sport is down in the dumps. We love this sport, and we know how big it could be." They point to Formula One as an example of how to create excitement and engagement around a sport, noting the similarities in structure but vast differences in presentation and financial rewards. Their criticism of track and field's current state is constructive rather than merely critical. They advocate for a more dynamic presentation of field events, with Tara envisioning competitions in arena settings with specialized lighting and production values similar to professional boxing or UFC events. You have either one runway or two runways, all of them lit up. The entire stadium blacked out but spotlight on the runway, she described, painting a picture of how field events could capture audience attention. The couple's move to Kansas City after the Paris Olympics represents their continued commitment to excellence, training under coach Travis Gupfert, but their impact on track and field extends far beyond their personal achievements. They've demonstrated that success doesn't have to follow a traditional path, and that athletes can create their own opportunities while maintaining elite performance levels. Their message to aspiring athletes who might not fit the traditional mold is clear. Tara Said, give yourself a chance. There are so many doubters and haters, but at the end of the day, you only have yourself. This advice comes from their own experience of facing skepticism and rejection before proving their approach could work. Looking ahead to 2025, the Woodhalls are far from finished. "We're coming for world records," they declared on the podcast, but their ambitions extend beyond personal achievements. They're increasingly involved in public speaking, sharing their story and vision for the sport's future. Their experience offers a blueprint for how athletes can create sustainable careers while pushing for positive change in their sport. The Woodhall's story represents more than just athletic success. It's a powerful example of creating your own opportunities when traditional doors remain closed. Their journey from college athletes struggling to gain acceptance to Olympic and Paralympic champions who've changed how athletes can approach their careers offers valuable lessons for the future of track and field. As track and field continues to progress, the Woodhall's influence extends beyond their performances on the field. They've shown that success can come through unconventional routes, and that athletes can maintain elite performance while building their brand and advocating for positive change in their sport. Their story continues to inspire a new generation of athletes to think differently about what's possible in track and field.
Alrighty, our guest today is a 6-foot guard from the University of Iowa, the NCAA all-time Division I scoring leader, the first pick of the WNBA draft, WNBA assist leader, all-star, and 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year. She's the most requested guest in the history of our show. And
Caitlin Clark's epic interview stuns basketball fans everywhere. In a conversation on New Heights with Travis and Jason Kelsey, Caitlin Clark shared shocking secrets about her meteoric rise from a young basketball prodigy to WNBA superstardom. What made Caitlin Clark so different from other players? What's the secret behind her record-breaking achievements? Let's take a closer look.
In Minnesota at US Bank, one of her early concerts, and that was a lot of fun. Went with some of my college friends, and we had a good time together.
it's hard to not have a good time at a concert.
I don't know how you couldn't have a good time at something like that.
This is so fun, man.
Well, we mentioned earlier that a few weeks ago you were named the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year. Time asked you to define your year in one word, and you said historic. We can do better. We can give you 2 words to define your year. What would they be if you could do that? 2 words.
In the latest podcast on New Heights with Travis and Jason Kelsey, Caitlin Clark opened up about her past life and how she became WNBA Rookie of the Year. From record-shattering performances to her inspiring perspective on life and the future of the sport, this interview revealed the heart and drive behind one of basketball's brightest stars.
Become a thing probably in the last 8 years, I want to say, because we have a kid captain for every game because the hospital is such a big deal. And it's usually a kid battling some sort of disease or has beaten some sort of disease, not always cancer, but whatever it is. And that's always fun. They get to pick a song that plays after the first quarter, and I get the chills every time. It's sick. It's probably one of the best traditions in all of sports, if not the best, honestly.
Wait, so what's this thing about the wave? The wave just started?
So after the first quarter, everybody turns because the children's hospital like looks on top of the football stadium, and
I remember seeing them wave.
Yeah, the patients.
I thought you were talking about the wave. Like then they started doing a wave. They incorporating the wave.
Clark's basketball story began remarkably early, receiving her first college recruiting letter in 7th grade while playing against high schoolers. Her parents demonstrated exceptional wisdom in managing this early attention, instructing her older brother to collect the mail so she could maintain a normal childhood. They also decided to limit her playing time, even when coaches wanted her to play multiple games per day, recognizing the importance of preventing burnout that often affects young athletes. This protective approach, which Clark initially resisted but now deeply appreciates, helped preserve her love for the game throughout her career.
The decision to go to Iowa.
So I basically narrowed it down pretty early on when I was going through my college recruitment that I wanted to be like in the Midwest, just kind of a homebody, family person, just wanted to stay fairly close to home. So that narrowed a lot of stuff down. And I visited like Oregon and Texas and a few other places, and I liked them, but it was just like, I knew it was too far. And then visited Notre Dame a bunch of times. And I was like, I love Notre Dame. And I like, as a kid, like you want to go to Notre Dame. Like it's the same with Notre Dame football. It's like the coolest thing in the world. Like it's Notre Dame. It has that tradition. They've had so many great players go through there in every single sport. But like, I just knew like something like you could just like, I could feel it in my gut. Like I was like, I'm not supposed to go there.
Yeah.
So I picked Iowa, and Iowa was really good in women's basketball before I went there too. Like made a few Sweet 16s, made the Elite Eight. Our coach had been there for quite a while, but they hadn't been to the Final Four since like 1992. So I wanted to go somewhere that was good, but like maybe hadn't been like a blue blood per se in like quite a few years, and kind of help them get back to that. And then it was obviously my home state too, and 2 hours from where I grew up. So perfect distance where like your parents can't show up, but also like you could go home if you wanted to.
No doubt.
Of course.
No doubt.
Yeah.
While Notre Dame represented the dream destination for many young athletes, especially given its prestigious history and Catholic tradition, Clark's decision-making process revealed a deeper understanding of her own needs. She visited numerous schools, including Oregon and Texas, but consistently felt drawn to staying in the Midwest. The choice of Iowa wasn't just about proximity to home. It represented an opportunity to build something special at a program that hadn't reached the Final Four since 1992. Clark saw potential where others might have seen limitations, recognizing that Iowa offered the perfect balance of established success and room for growth. Her decision also reflected a mature understanding of her role in program building, wanting to help elevate a team rather than simply join an established powerhouse. The 2-hour distance from home proved perfect. Close enough for family support, but far enough for independence. This decision would ultimately prove transformative not just for Clark, but for the entire Iowa women's basketball program.
Absolutely. So, but yeah.
We were not drafted in the first round. What was it like being a first round pick?
Oh, well,
Or
I felt
the first pick,
so
I should
it's
say.
crazy. Like because of COVID, I could have actually gone back to school for a 5th year.
What were you considering that?
Well, early on, yes.
It looked like you were having a good old time over there in Iowa.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It looked like you were having a good time.
it's college. Like you're there with your friends, and like the game's just easier. Like
Her college experience was uniquely shaped by the COVID-19 pandemic, beginning with an unusual campus environment where athletes were among the few students living in dorms. Despite these challenges, Clark created lasting memories, including a memorable team trip to Italy and Croatia. While they dominated their international competition, the real value came from team bonding and cultural experiences. During her college career, the introduction of NIL rights marked a significant shift, particularly for women's sports. Clark noted how NIL has helped increase visibility and opportunities for female athletes, though she expressed concern about young athletes needing better guidance on managing their sudden financial opportunities. The The transition to professional basketball came swiftly for Clark, moving directly from the national championship game to becoming the first overall pick in the WNBA draft. Her welcome to WNBA moment came early in the season when a hard screen resulted in a ruptured eardrum, an injury that took months to heal and required careful management.
With the first pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
Despite the physical challenges, Clark found valuable support from veterans, particularly Tamika Catchings, who became a mentor. Catchings' championship trophy sitting next to Clark's locker serves as daily motivation and a reminder of the legacy she hopes to build. Let's see how well she played.
That was a pretty good team.
That was what made that team so good, you two? Outside Clark again! Clark over Horston, hits a three! Knows no bounds.
The way she played in the entire season was phenomenal. But wait, there is more. Clark demonstrated her deep understanding of basketball's broader landscape by offering insights on improving the NBA's declining ratings. Drawing from her marketing background, she suggested implementing a 4-point line to add excitement and advocated for returning to the traditional East versus West All-Star format. Her analysis of the NBA's 82-game season raised important questions about player performance and fan engagement, showing her ability to think critically about the sport's future. Golf emerged as a particularly revealing hobby during the conversation, with Clark sharing humorous stories about hitting a spectator during a Pro-Am event. Her admission of being more nervous on the first tee than at the free throw line showed a refreshing vulnerability. Her competitive nature extends to karaoke, where she enjoys performing duets and has a special fondness for Black Eyed Peas' "Where Is the Love?" These personal anecdotes reveal someone who embraces new challenges while maintaining a sense of humor about her abilities outside basketball. Her willingness to try new things and accept being less than perfect in other areas demonstrates a healthy perspective. The way she approaches these activities reflects her balanced personality and ability to find joy beyond basketball. Clark's interests and personality extend far beyond the basketball court, revealing a multifaceted individual with diverse passions. Her surprising dream of opening the Rib Crib restaurant showcases her entrepreneurial spirit and connection to Midwestern culture. Her detailed vision for the restaurant, from the Kansas City-style barbecue sauce to specific side dishes like cheesy cornbread and bacon-topped green beans, demonstrates attention to detail that mirrors her approach to basketball. This interest in food and business reveals a strategic mind thinking beyond her playing career. Her marketing background influences these aspirations, understanding both the business potential and cultural significance of such ventures. The passion with which she discusses these future possibilities shows she's already thinking about life beyond basketball, while still maintaining focus on her current career. The conversation showcased Clark's equipment preferences, revealing her loyalty to Kobe Bryant's shoe line. She exclusively wears his models 5 and 6 despite their low-top design, showing how personal preference and comfort trump conventional wisdom about ankle support. This detail offered a glimpse into how professional athletes make equipment choices that affect their performance. Throughout the interview, Clark demonstrated the qualities that have made her a transformative figure in sports. Her combination of competitive drive, business acumen, and genuine personality has helped elevate women's sports visibility while maintaining an approachable demeanor that resonates with fans. She spoke thoughtfully about the challenges of managing success at a young age, the importance of veteran mentorship, and the balance between professional excellence and personal enjoyment of the game. As she prepares for her next WNBA season starting in April, Clark continues to break barriers and inspire the next generation of athletes. Her impact extends beyond statistical achievements, influencing how young athletes approach both the game and their careers. Whether discussing basketball strategy, sharing personal stories, or offering advice to future stars, Clark demonstrated why she's become such an influential voice in sports while never losing sight of her Midwest roots and the pure joy that initially drew her to basketball. Throughout the interview, Clark demonstrated the qualities that have made her a transformative figure in sports. Her combination of competitive drive, business acumen, and genuine personality has helped elevate women's sports visibility while maintaining an approachable demeanor that resonates with fans. She spoke thoughtfully about the challenges of managing success at a young age, the importance of veteran mentorship, and the balance between professional excellence and personal enjoyment of the game. The conversation with the Kelsey brothers revealed Clark as not just a basketball phenomenon, but a well-rounded individual with interests spanning sports, business, and community engagement. Her ability to analyze the game's future while staying grounded in its fundamental appeal shows why she's become one of sports' most compelling voices at such a young age. Throughout the podcast, Clark's personality shined through, from her karaoke preferences to her golf adventures, including accidentally hitting a spectator during a Pro-Am event. These moments humanize the superstar, making her achievements even more remarkable. As Clark fan, what do you love most about Caitlin Clark, and which moment is your favorite? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on her amazing journey.
All righty, our guest today is a 6-foot guard from the University of Iowa, the NCAA all-time Division I scoring leader, the first pick of the WNBA draft, WNBA assist leader, all-star, and 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year.